Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the last days. God is speaking to this nation through his prophets, but are we listening?
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What's up, everybody? So welcome back to my channel. This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, please go back and watch part 1. But this is dealing with the red wave and how the red wave is sweeping through America. God told the prophet that a red wave was going to move through the land. And I'm doing this video to show you that that has came to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord is waking this nation up.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead.
That will happen due to the resources being taken out of the black community there in Chicago. He talked about crime, and also he talked about earlier youth not being able to read and things like that. And so another gentleman said, hey, we need to divest from big government. We need to divest from the Democratic Party and everything else that has held us down.
Black
right
people
now,
going
going
walk
back
away
to
from
Mark,
Democrat
he
Party.
says the Democrats are done here, right? We are going to flip Chicago red. Now
a new wave is coming in.
Term, right? Or blue. That means it's either going to go to the Republicans, which is red, or it's going to go to the Democrats, which is blue. Now, traditionally, Chicago is a blue city.
It is.
Illinois is a, typically
flip it red.
State. And so he is
bring them back to
Chicago,
God.
We are going to flip it red. We're going to give it to the Republicans because the Democrats have been thumbing their noses at black people for the longest, even to the tune of, well, we're not going to help y'all.
That's right.
We're going to help the migrants. We're going to help them get everything they need. We're going to build them weatherized tents, and we're going to make sure they get vouchers and money and just everything. We don't want them to be uncomfortable, right? Even though they've seen they being the politicians there in black Chicago is uncomfortable. Having to sleep in, cold weather, the trains, even we've done videos about that here. Black Chicagoans sleeping on the train when the weather was 15 degrees. They didn't have a problem with that.
Crazy.
All of a sudden, they got to comfort the migrants when they are fleeing from whatever they're fleeing from. I'm not saying that they're not fleeing from.
You're always supposed to take care of your own first.
But they're coming over here and they're getting help immediately, right? It's like almost overnight. And in a lot of cases, entities, politicians, things, they're demanding more money to help the migrants, but they're not demanding more money to help American citizens, and specifically black people. And so I agree with Mr. Carter. Yeah, it needs to be one and done, or 52,000 and done, because black people, we always vote for the Democrats, but this needs to be no more. The Democrats do not deserve our vote at all.
So don't. Wake up.
We don't believe that. Just look back in the last couple of years. When Joe and Kamala went to the White House, they went with the help of black people.
They'll show up and shake black hands and stuff like that. Look at that.
Right? Purposely.
So phony.
Done everything else for everybody except for black people. It's almost like they're like, okay, should we help black people? Because they're hearing more cries for us to divest from the Democrat Party, right? Just stop voting for them.
Now the migrant crisis in Chicago.
Look at this woman here, lifelong Democrat. This woman right here coming up, lifelong Democrat.
Is a longtime Chicago resident and joins me now.
Not anymore.
Hunter, why are you going to vote Republican for the first time ever?
It's simple. The Democratic Party has failed us here in Chicago. Our local government as well as our state government, and even our president has made our migrants a priority over American citizens. And so we have to stand up and we have to let them know that it is unacceptable.
Aren't worried about the left writing any longer. Now let's have a look at this video from a frustrated voter. They took to TikTok to blast the Biden-Harris administration for failing to prioritize hard-working Americans over illegal immigrants.
But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. They're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, man. And I want answers.
Her heart is broken.
James, there are many clips like this.
It didn't tell much in that story, but I seen it on online, the whole story. This lady, she worked hard and she saved up her money to buy her a food stand, right? She spent $25,000. She saved up $25,000. She purchased it. She had a little few money to get it, to try to get it going a little bit. But she wanted to get a loan. If you're gonna open up a business, you want to have money stacked up. You want to have some money that if it's not doing good, you have money to keep pouring into it, right? Until it flip over. Now, this woman, she got it. She spent $25,000. She worked hard. She's an American citizen, man, that knows how to capitalize. That knows that if you invest in this, you're supposed to get this out of it, right? Normally you go into the bank and you get a loan, but she went to the bank to get a loan and they denied her under the Biden administration because things are bad. They denied her, and she went to borrow the money somewhere else and they denied her, and she was crushed by that, so she felt like, man, I did all this for nothing. I can't do this. So now she wants to sell it. She turns around now, get ready to sell it, and an immigrant comes to her with a translator. And the translator is telling her, oh yeah, he wants to buy it. How much you want to sell it for? She said $25,000. He said, okay, all right, no problem. And he told her that the government is giving him money to be able to buy this so he can run his business. He just got here, and the government is giving him the money and giving him that. And that man, that is so heartbreaking, man. That man, that is bad, man. That your own people, man, you live in this land and your own people looked over you to go help a stranger that came here illegally. It's not like they came in here the right way and they tried to build up. That's a little different, but they came here illegally. The law says you can't come through the border like that, and they broke the law to come in, came here illegally, and they setting up shop over here, and they getting better opportunities than we did. And that's the problem in Chicago. Chicago's seeing that these Democrats are doing this. These Democrats are pouring these people out in these Democratic neighborhoods. New York, Detroit, Chicago, LA is a Democratic state too. And all these states, man, they pouring it in, and these people are losing jobs. These people's eyes are opening up, and they starting to see, man, the Democrats is wrong what they doing, man. This is wrong. The Republicans with Donald Trump is the one that built the wall, that was building the wall. And right before he finished, he got out of office because he was going to get back in office and finish the building the wall, and they never continued it. They let the borders open, wide open, man. How you leave the borders to your country wide open? That's like me living in a home, and I'm gonna leave my door wide open. We gonna go to sleep at night with the door wide open, with all the crime going on, knowing that people still, there's gangs in the neighborhood, there's drug dealers in the neighborhood, there's drug addicts in the neighborhood that got to make money somehow to buy their dope, so they willing to steal anything, and I'm gonna leave my door wide open, knowing that all that is out there? No, we close our door, right? We lock our door. We put the alarm on. We got dogs in the yard. Why? Because we're not going to let any and anybody come in our yard. And that's the same way America should be. That's where it always been before. That's why we're having all these problems now. And the people are seeing that, man. The Democrats is the one doing that, man. People's eyes are opening up. This is the new wave, y'all.
James, there are many clips like this on social media, on different platforms.
Mama's already demonstrated that she doesn't have a clue how to fix the border. But not only that, she doesn't want to fix the border. Why? Because she told those people to come. She told them to come. And she doesn't believe that having an open border is a problem. Okay, yeah, your cities are riddled with crime. She don't have to live there. She doesn't have to live there. So who cares? She lives like the border's open, those people are flooding your neighborhoods, taking your resource, but what that got to do with me? She likes having the nation overrun with illegals and giving them your resources, and she does it in your face.
Yeah, because she wants them to vote for.
She does it in your face. I ain't like I'm gonna just do
Democrats want them to vote for
something just for black people. But mind you, Kamala, I don't don't need you to do nothing for me. I really want you to get out of my way and leave me the heck alone.
Bless these ladies.
You guys think about Kamala?
It'll be cool.
Terrible. If she comes into office, it will be done.
It'll be cool to see a female black president, but I'm definitely voting for Trump.
Let me tell you something. She tried to get the black vote. Because if you look at her past things, and maybe 10, 15 years ago, when she's in interviews, she identifies as West Indian.
She does.
The only way that she's identified as African American is right now. Doing right now. Because she wants the voters. Because where was she at in these past 4 years and she's vice president? What has she done for us?
She have not.
Can you say one thing that
I didn't even know she was the vice president.
Can we say what she has done?
Let's go, Trump.
And I am going to stand on Trump, and I'm so sorry if that may ruffle people's feathers, but I have done my own research, and Trump has done a lot for us, more than what the media tries to portray. They're getting all our favorite rappers. They're having Megan Thee Stallion twerk because they think that that's going to make us vote for them, and that's not.
And here we have another one. Maybe you should listen to one of her speeches where she wants to promote the middle class. Why do I have to listen to a speech? I've been living it for 3.5 years. We all have. For 3.5 years, she hasn't done anything to promote the middle class. But all of a sudden, because she said it in a speech, you guys are all bought in. She hasn't done anything for us in 3.5 years, and then all of a sudden you seem to think that she's got these great ideas. She never bothered to say anything to anybody. And the people that are like, oh, she's the VP, she's not in charge, she never bothered to tell Joey. She never thought to share these great ideas with Joey, who is the president. She's part of this administration. She just figured she'd keep them all a secret until one day she became president, and then she's just going to start pulling these great ideas. You want the whole world to be like, hey guys, don't worry, help's on the way. Kamala's got the plan. She just hasn't told anybody, but hey, she said it in a speech, so we're all good. Don't worry about it.
Things I am not going to be, and that's broke and dumb. These past 4 years, I've been one of those things steady, and it ain't the latter. Now in 2020, I was both of those things. I was a twofer. But this time, you don't have to worry about me being no twofer. You ain't got to worry about it, because I need my problem solved. I'm not focused on making no history. And if that's all you voting for is history, hang it up. The way we trended, we finna be history. The most population to file bankruptcy. I don't care nothing about how you say stuff. I need my problem solved. And if you gonna solve my problem, I'm with you.
Thank you. Somebody finally
listen to this.
Hey, y'all see the media's new trend? They're trying to paint conservatives as weird. Well, let me tell you what's weird. Saying that men could be women and women could be men, that's weird. Letting full-grown men participate in women's sports, that's weird. Grown men parading around naked, gyrating in front of children, that's weird. Placing pornographic books geared toward children in schools, that's weird. Taking your children to the library to let half-naked men cosplaying as women read them a book, that's weird. Encouraging children to physically and medically castrate themselves, that's crazy. That's weird. Glorifying the killing of healthy babies in the womb and calling it health care, that's weird. That's weird. Saying my body, my choice, at the same time trying to force everybody to get the COVID vaccine, that's weird. When your body, your choice, then. With a black vote, that's weird.
And here's one more. Banning school from notifying parents about student gender identity. That's weird. It's never too late.
I was a Democrat most of my life. I only turned Republican in the last 4 years. I've been a Democrat. My father was a Democrat in politics. Democrats are not the same as they were many years ago.
That's true.
It's like a role reversal. It seems good is bad, bad is good nowadays. I know my father turned over in his grave, but I don't think so. Not when he sees the standards that we have to live with today. And I'm sorry to say the new wave, ladies and gentlemen. It's like just that red wave for doing nothing. Facts. When you worked all your life paying into Social Security, and we haven't gotten a raise in Social Security in a long time either. They're talking about our pensions. No, don't take it away. I am voting for Mr. Donald Trump. If anyone's interested, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Amen. Trump 2024.
Feel about the election?
Tell him, lady.
I'm going for Trump. I feel like every time they don't want somebody who's good for us to win, they throw somebody black in our face thinking that's going to make us vote for the black person.
I voted for Obama because he was black. I don't want to vote for her because she's the first black woman to run for president or to win.
I'm voting for Trump, so.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why?
Yeah. I don't know. I just always been a fan of his. So
Red wave.
I used to be against Trump. I used to live in Virginia. I saw the bad side of it, but really moving to Cleveland, but I saw the other side of it. I'm supporting Trump.
Because
it has to change. It has to change, and now I vote more for what fits me better as a person, rather than voting for the black person or voting for the first woman. So,
what do you think about Kamala Harris? I think they say she's phony and fake. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, like Trump said, you know, what are you? You know, so I'm not feeling her. People get mad about it. I'm just not feeling her.
Don't you dare complain about the price of school shoes and school clothes and church shoes and church hats for the girls if you voted for Biden and now plan on voting for Kamala Heels Up Harris. You deserve all these high prices. It's us who didn't vote for that old, decrepit, and Heels Up Harris. We don't deserve this. You deserve it. You deserve paying all that money. Us parents who did not vote for Biden and is not voting for Kamala Harris, we don't deserve this. Y'all who talk about the hashtag, all y'all need to be paying every high price y'all paying. Stop your crying. You voted for this. This is your fault.
Alright, so I just wanted to clarify
the red wave, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this.
People like myself who support President Trump, because I think there's a major misconception that, you know, people think that it's just all about him. You know, but I think the part that they're missing is that, you know, there's a lot of younger black voters who have realized that, you know, your race doesn't have to dictate how you vote. You know, you being black doesn't obligate you to vote for the Democratic Party. You don't have to. You can actually just vote your values. That's right. You can prioritize the issues that are important to you. And so that's what a lot of us are doing today. I'll give you an example. We have a two-party system, right? Basically, two-party system. You have one
Democrats
party that supports school choice, the other one doesn't. I like school choice. You know, I think that if a parent can have the option or the opportunity to get a voucher, send their kid to a private school, or send their kid to a really good charter, then that's exactly what you should do. And I don't care about this notion that, you know, it's going to hurt the public schools and it's going to make the public schools worse. They couldn't possibly get any worse than they are. I'm sorry, they're already terrible. And we can go on and on and on. Billions and billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Why it's a million and one problems right here.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to finish by saying this.
Sent all that money
See,
to
because
Ukraine.
there's a party who is constantly telling me that I'm a victim, that I'm oppressed,
Democrats
I can't do
that.
anything, that white people have all the privilege and my country hates me and I need them, that they are my saviors. And I just reject that notion. Right?
That's the way the Democrats been treating black people.
A group of people who grew up in the internet age. You can't just tell us anything.
Can't tell us anything no more because of social media. Thank God for social media.
Again, two-party system. One likes open borders, the other one doesn't. I prefer secure
Democrats
borders.
like open borders.
And there's no,
Republicans
there's no discussion here. The numbers don't lie. 400,000 in 2020 migrant encounters. 1.6 million the very next year, 2021. End of discussion. Case closed. Again, two-party system. One party seems to be very aggressively pushing this agenda, this ideology that just completely defies the science of biology.
Democrats.
We're supposed to
with this
bend
homosexuality
the knee,
stuff.
throw away our common sense, disregard our beliefs.
Men can be
somebody
women and women can be
delusion.
men.
And I'm saying no. I'm going with the appropriate party because it's a hard no for me.
What do you think is better for the country, Trump or Biden? Trump.
Black people saying Trump all day. This the new red wave.
Why do you say that?
He's a businessman. He's gonna think big.
He is a businessman. That's how he became a billionaire.
No wars, great policies, best years in the stock market.
Why they doing? We gonna get rid of his sweet. I vote for Trump. I go for Donald Trump.
These kids.
I go for Trump.
Who are you voting for in 2024?
Trump too.
What, and why is that, ma'am?
He's the best president ever.
Has Barack Obama done anything for around here and these?
He never did anything since he's been in office.
But for the LGBT community, did a whole lot for them.
Barack Obama, I ain't got no message for him. I don't mess with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm a Trump supporter. Trump do more for black people and care more about black people. And Barack Obama ain't black. Just to let that be known.
What about Kamala Harris?
I don't f with her either. All Trump all day.
Yeah. What's your message to Donald Trump today?
Keep going. Come get us, man. We waiting on you.
I'm a Trump supporter, man.
We
gonna keep this going.
Red wave. Red wave.
Businessman. I'm a real Republican, man. I want Trump back in office second term.
You know, it's comical to me that people are believing this nonsense of, on day one, we're going to fix illegal immigration. We're going to fix inflation. When day one for Kamala Harris was 3.5 years ago. And quite frankly, she's the reason why we're having these issues today. Because when she came into office, she was in charge of trying to find the root causes of illegal immigration and slowing down the border crisis. And guess what? She recommended and enacted all the policies that rose illegal immigration. She's the reason why we have this inflationary issue. Yep. When she was vice president for the first 2 years, it was a 50-50 Senate. She was the tie-breaking vote, right? She was the tie-breaking vote for all these crazy economic policies like the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, that did not do anything to help inflation. It caused more inflation because they spent more money than they needed to. She was the tie-breaking vote. So I'm from a time, I don't know what the hell the times are now. If someone's a problem, you get them the hell out.
What role does politics play in your life at 18 years old going into boot camp?
I thought all Republicans was racist. I thought all white people was racist. I was raised to be a Democrat. My mama always taught us to say, look, Democrats are for blacks, Republicans are for whites.
I thought that was only in our daggone neighborhood, in our community, in our household. But
I thought that too.
Really not.
Yeah. She taught me that from as young as I can remember.
That's
like
right.
5, 6, 7 years old. I remember we was watching the debate, and then she always, up and down, she couldn't stand a Republican. Yeah.
What was your reasoning? Because she linked Republicans to racism? Is that kind of...
She was very naive when it came to politics. She had no idea that Jim Crow was by Democrats. She had no idea that the KKK was started by the Democrats. She had no idea.
Now, he said something I want to elaborate on. I'm going to talk about that in my next video. How he just said that his mother, you know, didn't know, our people didn't know that the Democrats, the KKK supported the Democrats. They was Democrats. All these racist people were Democrats. Slavery, I'm just giving you a little peek of the future right now. This is why I'm doing a next video, and it's going to say, black folks, why are you voting for Democrats? Because you obviously don't know what they did to us in the past. So we don't know this. But if you just go on Google, it'll show you. Republicans is a party that was framed together, put together for the purpose of anti-slavery. They was against what the Democrats was doing. They was against this slavery. They thought that it was not good. Men are equal. All men are created equal. Why in the world are we allowing this to happen? And they formed a group, the Republicans, and said, we're going to put a stop to this. And Abraham Lincoln, that was a Republican, is the one that passed the law and ended slavery. And he got killed for that. He got killed by a Democrat supporter because of that. I'm telling you, man, history, man, is something else, man. They don't teach you this in school. You got to look this up, and it's online. You just got to look it up. You got to do your research. You can't be in front of these Democrats telling you, oh, Republicans, they're racist, they hate you, they're not good for you, they don't want you to succeed. It ain't them, it's you. We're gonna find that out. We're gonna talk about that in the next video. Because I want to open up your eyes. God is trying to open up our eyes. He wants us to know who our real enemy is. We have a wolf in sheep clothing trying to tell us that they're sheep. God wants us to know that is not a sheep, that is a wolf. He mean you no good. Get away from him. Don't support him. Don't stand by him. Don't be around him. Don't trust him. God is trying to let us know that. The difference between these two leaders that's running our country. Amen. I had to elaborate on that.
A was started by the Democrats. She had no idea. My mom was a good one.
A lot of people don't have no idea.
That's a lot of ours, though, right? I mean, if you look at a lot of our, who raises us, they don't sit there and go. So, what event caused you guys to get a little bit more into it and get interested? Was it this insurance job that you guys had? Where
I would say it's my older brother. He was a Republican. He used to put things in my ear, but I just thought he was Uncle Tom at the time. Yeah. I voted for Obama his first term because I thought, I didn't really know. I just voted for him because he was black. We should be honest about it.
Well, a lot of us did. I didn't vote. I was in jail.
He was the eye-opening. After Obama, and I started listening to both sides, I hated Obama so much, I actually voted for Mitt Romney. Yeah, think of that.
This is what I think is happening in America behind the scenes. People are literally waking up to what the Democrats are doing, and Trump is uniting people in the Republican Party.
Having a
If y'all don't know about this man, Brandon Tatum, look him up, man. Watch him. I would rather watch him than watch CNN or MSNBC or anything.
Absolutely.
Watch Brandon Tatum. He's up on things like this.
I think the modern Democratic Party is an existential threat to the Republic. And although I am a Democrat, I've been a Democrat my whole life, the party that I see in front of me today is literally the inverse of the party I signed up for. This is now the party of war. This is the party of racism. This is the party of censorship.
Trump was racist.
I don't recognize this party.
Biden is racist?
There's no conceivable scenario in which I would vote for Kamala Harris. I just simply will not do it. Am I open to voting for Trump? I am. I'm especially open to it if he is partnered with Bobby Kennedy, because what that tells me is that my values, which are a much closer match for Bobby's, are represented.
Do you know how many millions of people was following
That's really what I want. I want
RFK
a coalition
as Democrats,
to redefine American
and now that he
politics,
dropped out the race,
frankly,
and he's going over there to support Donald Trump, that means all those millions of Democrats that was following him is now going to follow him to Trump.
Party, but
big move.
We need to rethink the way we govern ourselves so that corruption is not the dominant force, and a coalition is the way we're going to do that.
Anybody disagree? Raise your hand if you disagree.
I can't raise my hand. I don't disagree.
I honestly believe what he said is accurate and true. The Democrat Party is crazy. I think they're worse than when Barack Obama was in office.
Yes.
They're absolutely insane.
But he helped them to get that way.
They're off so far into the cuckoo land that it is impossible for a rational, legitimized person, which means a person who can think for themselves, that do, 10 seconds of research, to realize that our constitutional republic will be no more if these mindless people are in office unelected.
Yeah.
People
she
didn't
get
a chance
elected.
to pick Kamala.
Sure
when
did.
Kamala was in front of the people to choose from, she got 0 delegates. She was kicked off the stage. Tulsi Gabbard put her to sleep.
Sure did.
Like a baby with a cold.
So I noticed your hat.
Look at this.
Chicago for Trump. And what's the story behind that hat?
Well, first of all, my name is Kyla Truss, and I am a Chicagoan, and I was a lifelong Democrat until I really started paying attention to the Democratic policies and how they were hurting the city of Chicago. And I had decided that I had just had enough, and the migrant crisis is what
the migrant crisis.
The migrant crisis took me over the edge.
What is that looking like in your city right now? The migrant crisis.
It's looking like a mess.
It is a mess.
Paying attention to not just the migrant crisis, but the Democratic policies and how those policies have really hurt, helped us. And I just decided I have to get off this ride and go for a winner. I want to support someone who cares about America, who cares about the people of America, who cares about the American dream, who cares about whether or not people in America succeed. And so therefore I am now a Trump supporter.
There were
God open these people's eyes, man.
YouTubers, the sports community,
big movement going on in America right now. I'm glad to be a part of it.
To pay attention and to kiss the ring of Donald Trump. And this is what
I don't know about kissing the ring of Donald Trump.
This is what I just didn't quite understand until I saw it in real life. Trump doesn't need any of these people. They need him. Trump's the biggest celebrity there ever was, right? Trump's the most famous man who ever lived. These people
Jesus is. He corrected that.
Warriors in their own rights. Like there weren't politicians running over to see Donald Trump. All the celebrities went to go get photos with Trump. And it really was the inception point, right? The breaking of the matrix. Donald Trump is actually the celebrity before he was a politician. And he's a bigger celebrity than all these people combined.
Hey, so I want to show y'all something before we get to this video. I want to read this to you. This is in Proverbs chapter 20. Give me a second. I think this chapter 29 or chapter 20. Yeah, chapter 29 verse 2. Right? It's in Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. Look what it says. Proverbs is a wise book. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. It says, but When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. We have been watching. Look at this now. This second half right here. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. We have been watching all these people come on here mourning, crying, complaining, upset, frustrated. Especially that woman. She was crying, tears, her eyeliner and everything running down her face. She was hurt. Man, there's thousands of videos like that. I just, for the sake of time, I only just show y'all that, and I'm already making this almost an hour video, and I really didn't want to make it that long. But if I were to show you all the videos I got, man, we'd be on here about 5-6 hours watching 100 million videos. For real, it's a lot of people out there, man, that is mourning. Why? Because the wicked has been in power for 3.5 years. We had grace for 4 years when Trump was in office. We had peace, no war, no inflation, gas prices is down, people was making money, people was paying their rent. It was less homelessness, and it was less fentanyl pouring into this country. Not like it is now. It's all through the land. And people are mourning. The people that lost their family to fentanyl because of it coming through the border. The people that lost their houses are mourning. The people that lost their jobs are mourning. The people that seeing that these leaders don't care about them are hurt, and they're mourning. Why? Because these people are wicked. The Bible says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. I'm going to give you an example right now. When the righteous is in power, look how the people act. Look at this.
Happening in London.
This in London. Look at this. They got thousands of people out there in London. Look what it says. When they show people at the bottom, that's Hillary Clinton. They booing. They mourning. That's Nancy Pelosi. The crowd is booing. They mourning. That's that lady. That's that other Congress lady. They booing her. Obama. I should be out that crowd with them, booing him. I don't care nobody he black. And Joe Biden. They booing him. Watch this. When the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. That's what scripture say. That's what the Bible say. They love Donald Trump because they know Trump is standing for America. He's standing for what's right.
The world loves Donald Trump, man.
Yeah, the world love Donald Trump. Hey, I'm going to end this right here, man. I'm gonna close out with this video right here, man. I will see you on the next upload. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. God bless y'all, man. I'll see you on the next upload.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying to chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the state, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banker, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? We've been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. and the money and the power. Minute after minute, hour after hour, everybody's running, but half of them ain't looking what's going on in the kitchen. But I don't know what's cooking. They say I got to learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand it, how can they reach me? I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they front. That's why I know my life is out of luck, fool. Been spending most of their lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most of our lives living in